We still got some big unanswered questions about the Jade Cargill storyline that's leading us down a whole new theory path and rabbit hole. This is definitely another intriguing one. So let's dive into Jade Cargill's situation here on WrestlingWorldCC and explore some of those loose ends that have been left in this story. The story at the moment is pretty clear-cut and easy to follow. Naomi attacked Jade Cargill. Jade saw Naomi run away as she was blacking out. So Jade knew it was Naomi and is now coming after her. That's the story at the moment. But it's hard to ignore some of the other elements WWE has introduced to this story that they've yet to really revisit, such as the alleged eyewitness to the backstage attack. Just a few weeks before Jade Cargill returned herself, Nick Aldis brought Naomi and Bianca Belair into his office so they could closely observe this witness video from the night of the attack, and they submitted anonymously to the WWE front office. And this was a piece of footage that showed the scene that night of Jade Cargill being loaded into the ambulance, and captured shots of Liv Morgan and Raquel walking by, as well as shots of Bayley running into the frame after being hidden between trucks. Here on WrestlingWorldCC, we previously went over the idea of Bayley being involved with the attack, and obviously Jade Cargill herself debunked these false accusations of Liv and Raquel doing the attack. But we never stopped to really analyze and think about the alleged eyewitness themselves. We know Naomi is the main individual behind the attack, but remember that Naomi herself is not the only one behind the camera of this witness footage. Naomi is seen in the frame of the shot, standing by the ambulance several feet away from the camera. So it's a fact that it was not Naomi recording, so who's responsible for this footage? What we know is that this footage helped Naomi and did what it was supposed to do, and that's further pushed Naomi's false narrative that Liv and Raquel did the attack. Just in case Bianca was not taking Naomi's word for it, this footage really put the cherry on top of the entire situation to really manipulate Bianca Belair into believing that it was Liv and Raquel after all. So knowing this witness was there on the scene, did not get any footage of what Naomi did to Jade Cargill, but they got the footage of making Liv and Raquel look guilty. This brings us to our next follow-up question. Was this witness working with Naomi and in direct cahoots with her this whole entire time? It definitely seems realistic. Maybe Naomi planted this witness right in that spot of the backstage area that night and gave them instructions to capture footage of whoever walks by because they'll frame the attack on whoever they've got on film. Which of course ended up being Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who perfectly walked into the camera frame of Naomi's fake planted witness. Naomi just needed any piece of evidence that would clear her name, and that's what this witness was there to do. The witness sent the footage to Naomi, and Naomi had it in her back pocket since November, and Naomi submitted it to WWE herself anonymously when she felt the pressure of the attack building up just a little. Let's take a deeper dive and discuss the identities of Naomi's witness and potential other helpers. At the moment, Naomi is taking full blame and full credit for the attack, but ever since November, fans have been a bit suspicious that the attack on Jade Cargill could have been a job involving multiple women, that Naomi could have had someone there helping her and being her extra muscle. So who was there that night as Naomi's potential helpers? A lot of fans are looking at Naomi's helpers to be Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. Jakara and Lash belong to the NXT brand for the most part, but we can't forget that they did have a small portion of time last year where it did seem like they were traveling on the road with the main roster Smackdown brand for a bit. So is it possible that Naomi came to Jakara and Lash with this proposal for the attack on Jade Cargill? And Naomi knew no one would really look at Jakara and Lash's way since they're in between NXT and SmackDown. It seems reasonable. Lash Legend was the enforcer. She was the muscle that really lifted up Jade Cargill and slammed her down on the car that night. Jade did say that she saw Naomi, but it's possible that someone else was running away from the scene with Naomi. Jade Cargill probably just missed them and did not see them. That leaves Jakara Jackson as the planted witness who captured the footage of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez walking away on the other side of the ambulance, making it a complete operation involving 3 women to bring down Jade Cargill, which was Naomi, Jakara, and Lash. So now you're probably asking yourself, why would Lash and Jakara randomly agree to help Naomi do such an insane thing? And the answer to that question is that potentially Naomi promised the two of them some major opportunities for their assistance in the attack of Jade Cargill. And funny enough, Bianca Belair and Naomi did put their tag team titles on the line against Jakara, Jackson, and Lash Legend back on the January 28th edition of NXT. So now with this specific theory in mind, it's possible to think that that specific tag team titles match was Naomi rewarding Jakara and Lash for their help with the attack. Maybe Naomi knew ahead of time that she would step up and become tag team champions with Bianca Belair, so she promised Jakara and Lash that she would try her best to make sure they got a crack at the tag team titles as payment for their assistance with what happened to Jade Cargill. When you piece all that information together, it strangely enough fits pretty well and completes the puzzle. It's just really weird that there was a witness backstage in the parking lot of the attack that got all this footage and allegedly saw so much, yet they did not have a single second of footage that incriminated Naomi. That's definitely suspicious, and that's what led us down this rabbit hole of assuming that the witness was a part of everything with Naomi, and maybe there was another helper as well. And weirdly enough, the idea of Jakara and Lash helping out due to the promise of a tag team titles opportunity, well, that idea is simple, but it just fits like a glove. And Naomi is going through a bit of a hardship right now with Jade Cargill constantly getting the upper hand and knocking Naomi out every single time they cross paths since Elimination Chamber. So could we see a moment where Naomi is getting beat down by Jade Cargill again, but Jakara and Lash instantly come out as reinforcements for Naomi? And maybe right there is when Naomi will get the opportunity to drop another big twist on Jade Cargill's head, noting that Jade might have caught Naomi in the act that night, but that she did not catch the other two women that were helping her that night from the shadows, and that's Jakara and Lash. We already had this plot twist that it was Naomi who attacked Jade Cargill. That itself was a plot twist since it was Jade's best friend. Then we saw the other plot twist where Jade caught Naomi in the act with her own eyes. Well, how about the other plot twist that will really stack the odds and shock Jade Cargill? And that's the fact that Naomi was not alone that night, and now she has to fight off Naomi, Lash, and Jakara. Jade has been in control of the story ever since she returned, but having a big reveal of multiple attacks will instantly shift the momentum right back in Naomi's favor. Like we said plenty of times before, Jade Cargill is like a superhuman. She's a force. She's unstoppable. And that's what makes it hard to view her as an underdog babyface. But stack the odds heavily against her with 3 versus 1 situation, and now Jade Cargill definitely seems like the underdog under those circumstances. And for Naomi, it's not new territory at all. Naomi did lead a mini heel faction back in 2015 with Team Bad. So this is a new way that Naomi could be going back to those roots. That was also the last time Naomi was technically a heel character. So lots of similarities there between Naomi leading that faction 10 years ago and potentially leading this 3-woman faction in current day. And who knows, maybe Naomi's mission is one that captures the attention of other women, and maybe even more individuals would want to join their cause. And this is just an example of how great this storyline is from a theory route standpoint, because we've now discussed potential routes for Naomi's partner in crime to be Bianca, Naomi, or the Meta Girls. And you can make a strong case for any of those 3 theories making perfect sense. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.